Welcome back from the break, Rams, and to our pick'em. The Heat finally showed some life last night in their first win of the NBA Finals. Do they take another in Game 4?
Well, granted, they did play pretty well last night, I will say that, but I don't think they're going to be taking this next game. I think the Lakers, that is my pick. I think that they are definitely going to take it. For me, it's just the idea that the Lakers are very good at bouncing back from a loss. And they have refused to show that they're not good at bouncing back from a loss in the past, especially this season. And now they have tons of frustration. I mean, they came into it already with a 2-0 series right now. And I think that they kind of had a feeling they could have a sweep here, but that obviously got crushed. But I definitely think that their frustration and the simple mistakes that they made in that last game are going to affect how they play in this next game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I also picked the Lakers as well. I just think that they have so many potential athletes and players like LeBron James and Anthony Davis that are just so dependable and truly unstoppable together. They are just such a great duo, and I think that they have just so much potential. And Miami also lacks size compared to them, so I just think that Lakers are definitely going to take this one. So I agree with you.
Yeah, and I think that the part that is kind of frustrating for Heat fans is the fact that they have so many injuries right now, too. I mean, you have Bam Adebayo, who's out. You also have Dragic, who's out. They're both key players to this Miami team. And you also talk about how there's star players all across the Lakers. You talk about AD and you talk about LeBron, but you also have to look at the bench because the guys that are coming off their bench are still making so many key plays that the Lakers definitely need throughout the game. Kuzma, Morris, they both had 19 points each last game. So I think that if their bench continues to be as hot as they have been, and if you have Danny Green who picks it up and doesn't have a 0-6 game, 0 for 6 game, I think that they could definitely beat the Heat in this one.
Yeah, I agree. I think that Heat really has to bring it, especially with those injuries and everything. They need to step it up just because the Lakers, they have so many players, so many key players that just have so much against them.
Absolutely. Well, it's glad that we agree on that one. All right. Well, in the MLB playoffs, it is the Battle of California as the Dodgers and the Padres take each other on in the second round. Who you got, Erica?
Oh, I've got to go with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Come on. They have such a dangerous pitching staff, and I think that they have really dependable hitters as well. And I just think that their entire lineup is just so prepared, and they're going to blow them out of the park. I think they're going to blow them out of the park. And they got Betts in offseason, too, and he's just proved nothing but greatness for them, and he's really dependable. And so is Turner and Seager. So I definitely think that the Padres, the Padres are definitely going down in this one.
Okay, well, I'm going to throw a little bit of a curveball because I like picking the underdogs. Granted, I didn't necessarily pick the underdogs for a while now, but still, I think that the underdog story is going to be quite a good one after the Padres series against the Cardinals. I think that they definitely have a bit of motivation on their backs. I think the only thing that they really need to focus on is the health of their starting pitchers because granted they did beat the Cardinals without their starting pitchers. I don't think they could do it against the Dodgers. I think it's going to be definitely a much tougher battle for them in this one. But also looking at their shortstops, Fernando Tatis Jr., he had an incredible series against the Cardinals. The 2-homer game with that ridiculous bat flip that everybody saw. I think that he's going to be the star for the Padres coming into this one.
Yeah, I think that they're really going to have to step it up just because I think that the Dodgers are going to be able to really put in those runs.
Yeah, all right. We'll see. We'll see. It's a game of 5 now, not a game of 3, so who knows what's going to happen in this one.
Yes. Well, tonight on Monday Night Football, the Packers and Falcons are facing off. Will Atlanta pull another choke job?
I'm going to say yes in this one. I think this was an easy choice for me. I'm going to go with the Packers. Already 3-0. Their offense is doing great right now. And you say that there's a possible choke job coming into this one. The Falcons have not been too fantastic on their defensive ends. But I think for this, the man of the hour is going to be Aaron Rodgers. for sure. I mean, he's 36 years old, and he's not slowing down anytime soon. I think after the draft, when they drafted Jordan Love in their first pick, he was furious. I don't think that he needed that at all. I think that he was totally set on the idea that he was ready to keep playing and to play for a long time, and I think that that was just kind of a little knock at him when they drafted him. So I think that's going to be definitely, I think he's going to have a good game in this one, especially because he ran all over the Saints in that last game. And I think that going up against this Atlanta defense, it's going to be not a lot, but a little easier for him.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Absolutely. I also picked the Packers too. Like you said, consistent, dependable, and I think that they also can rely on Aaron Jones, like leading the team in rushing, and he carries 50 times for 303 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's just unstoppable, and I think that he's a really good asset for the team, and I think that they are a big threat to their defense for the Falcons.
Absolutely.
I think they're just a big threat offensively, and I think that they're going to really just do a great job because so consistent, 3-0. I think that they've got this one. It's definitely a choke.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. I think that's the key for the Falcons is if their defense can hold on to the very end, and I mean the very end, and not give up in the fourth quarter. I think that that's definitely going to make a difference to this game. And I think a big problem for the Falcons is who they're missing right now, too. Calvin Ridley is questionable, so you don't even know if he's playing. And Julio Jones has been out for a while, which is definitely a key factor for
detrimental.
Absolutely.
Right there.
Matt Ryan doesn't have his biggest target on the field, so I think it's going to be a good one. But like you said, Aaron Jones is definitely going to be running all over that defensive line.
Oh, yes, yeah. They better watch out for him.
All right, well, lastly, Thursday Night Football. Tom Brady and the Bucs are taking on the Chicago Bears. Who's taking this one home, Erica?
I'm going with Tampa Bay. Tom Brady, he proved last week that he can do just what he does best, come back, the overall comeback, and I think that they are a stronger team offensively. They started out rough last week, though. Last week, they had a little bit of a rough patch, but I definitely think that Tampa Bay is going to take this one because they have the dependability and big playability to really make those plays when they need to, like in the fourth quarter. And I think that definitely Tampa Bay, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that one as well. We're not looking too different this week. but yeah, definitely, it's a little hard for me to say that I want the Bucs to get this win after watching that Chargers game, I will say. But it goes back to what I said about Aaron Rodgers. He's 36 and still pushing it. Tom Brady's 43 and has no end in sight. And after throwing 5 touchdowns alone, 5 touchdown passes against the Chargers, he is definitely, it's going to be a good one for him, and especially going up against the Bears. I think that the Bears' defense is definitely their strong suit right now, but they have so many complications when it comes to who they're playing quarterback and getting that quarterback like comfortable and fit into their lineup and everything. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see.
It's definitely an interesting lineup just to see how their offense does match up to their defense.
Absolutely. And even their offensive line, Brady has a fantastic offensive line in front of him. And I don't think I would have ever said that about the Buccaneers years ago. No. But now he has so much time in the pocket, and he gets to do whatever he wants and gets to see so many targets. I mean, it's crazy. So if his protection is still there for him for the rest of the game, I think that definitely is going to be a huge, huge difference for them. Plus, I mean, he just had the most all-time regular season wins, 222 with that win against the Chargers, and that's just crazy to me that he's 43 and still going to keep getting more too. So he's going to be just smashing those records.
I know, and he will. He definitely will. He's going to definitely continue to.
Absolutely. Hopefully Mike Evans is still as healthy as he can be, because I mean he still played the rest of the game against the Chargers, but he definitely got a little beaten up there. So if he's live and Gronkowski's there, then he'll be totally fine.
Oh, yeah.
Bucs will get this one easy.
I have no doubt about that.
Absolutely. All right. Well, looks like we have summed up all our time tonight. To stay updated on all things CSU sports, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at sports_CTV. I'm Rachel Hallam.
And I'm Erica Johnson. Make sure to tune in tomorrow night for Hunter's Hotspot with Hunter Fillmore. Good night, Rams.